everyone, welcome to another episode on the Elevate podcast. I'm excited to be talking to Gerald today. I know that you and Sal and Ricky have been working on Lux Lions, and I know you've got like a really cool project there. So yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. But before we start, I'd love to learn more about your collection and the journey of how it all started.
Absolutely. So it's a pleasure to speak with you. I mean, it's been a roller coaster these past 2 years.
Mm.
Crypto in itself. I've been in the crypto space since 2017.
Oh
I've
wow.
been involved in NFTs for about the past 2 years. 7 years in crypto, I mean, it feels like 17. It
Mm.
really takes the toll on the body. You never know what's going to happen every day. There's something going on. There's some kind of new project popping up, some new token, some new partnership that might be out there. That's what really drove my interest, especially when we look at solving real world problems. I really got involved in Ripple, what they were doing with the XRP token. And then that kind of took me down the rabbit hole. And next thing, 7 years later, here I am, have my own NFT project. I started out on YouTube. I have over 58,000 people following me on YouTube, 13 million views last year. It's been insane. I never thought I would be where I am today. And here we are, I get to sit down with you, discuss the path of Lux Lions, how it all came about, where we are, where we're going. Because I'm excited for the next 6 months to,
Mm.
a year, because Lux Lions is going to become a worldwide known NFT project. And I would say the biggest project out there in the XRP ledger.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the recent campaign you guys did was like incredible in terms of the results. And YouTube, I used to have a channel. It takes so much effort to grow. So incredible results there as well. Why did you decide to start Lux Lions and what makes your collection unique?
I wanted to bring a community together. I've seen the word out there, NFT, and always was like, what is an NFT? What can we
Mm.
do with NFTs? Especially when you look at crypto and Web3, an NFT has to just be more than a picture, more than digital art. You have to be able to take these things and bring in stuff from, real world, even assets or real world projects outside and bring them together through an NFT. So I want to get the community together, build out an entire space within the community and bringing people from Web 2 to Web 3, kind of merge, both worlds into one. It's been
Mm.
it's it's been a long 2 years. We'll put it like that, and I've seen a lot of people get hurt in the NFT space, and I wanted to
Yeah.
be that face out there that really can show people that NFTs aren't just about, art. It's more to the art. It's about the vision and where that vision can take people. Because when you get started and it's just a picture, you want
Mm.
to see, where is this picture going to bring me? And Lux Science has really done that. Especially, we're going to start getting into in real life merchandise and tying the NFTs into that and bringing everything into one. And taking that Web 2 crowd, showing them the Web 3 space, and just showing them the possibilities. And the funny part was about NFTs on the XRP ledger. NFTs weren't available just yet on the ledger. So we had to issue IOU tokens. We issued 2,500 IOU tokens. It was pretty much people trusting me that I was going to deliver an NFT to them whenever the ledger was going to be available.
Mm.
We sold out those 2,500 tokens in less than 72 hours. The
Wow.
response was insane. And now, I have a real job outside of here. I have a YouTube show where my fans, my audience, they expect 2 videos a day. If I miss a video, they're like, is he all right? Is he okay? So between
What's your channel about?
so I started just talking about Ripple and XRP, but I just rebranded about 6 months ago. It's called the Crypto Blitz now. I cover everything in crypto. So all
Mm.
the latest news, 2 videos a day, because there's just that much info. So we'll go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Casper, all the latest developments, the ETFs, and I get it all into 2 videos every day, 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're released, and I just educate. I tell people what's going on, what's true, what's not true, because a lot of FUD out there. People get confused and lost, and just there's a lot of bad actors in the crypto space. So I try to steer people away from that, because there's a lot of airdrops. YouTube has the biggest problem with it. Fake videos coming on YouTube.
Mm.
Here's an airdrop, put your wallet in. No, 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 no. Never give anyone your crypto keys. Never give out your wallet. No one's giving you any free crypto. I'm not to tell you to send me $200 and give you $400 back. It doesn't work like that.
Mm.
So I'm all about educating the masses.
Yeah, no, that's really important. And it's good that you have developed so much trust with your audience that, before issuing them the NFTs, they already, buy into you. And I agree, NFTs are when I first, got into this space, it's like Justin Bieber spent what 2 million on NFT, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Seriously? What?
Yeah.
How? And then the more I dove into it, I was like, well, okay, this is really interesting. And that's also how I fell into the rabbit hole. I am curious what you think though, because like, the first bull run, when NFTs first came about, everyone was like buying into it, like liking it. And then, issues started to come up in terms of, oh, it's, another collection, another collection, another collection. And it is just like JPEGs and people just trying to raise money and then leave. So I feel
Yep.
like NFTs have developed this kind of bad name to it in some ways. And a lot of people talked about it and then suddenly just like completely died down. Don't really see people talking about it. I see people getting like NFTs. So in terms of the next bull run coming and what you know about this space, what's your take on it? I haven't followed the NFT space for a while, so I'm curious. Like, is it still like
Right. So I mean, as you were saying, right, NFTs have a bad name because you just see these projects pop up, they drop NFTs, which is pretty much the same NFT you see out there. They might have changed one or two things. They sell them, you never hear from those companies again. So people are like, what am I really spending my money on? And I tell everyone, you got to do your own research. Look at the roadmap. What's on the roadmap? If they don't have something filled out for the next 3 months, not just let me launch an NFT collection, let me sell some merchandise, and that's it. It's not a project, right? It's a
mm,
money grab. What are they actually going to do? What do they plan on doing? How long have they been around? The NFT bull run that we saw Justin Bieber, 2 million on an NFT. I mean, a bull run's going to come back, right? We have the
mhm,
halving coming. We're going to see
mhm,
crypto go absolutely insane. I think
mm,
that's going to trickle over into the NFT space and the projects that are still here, that are still building, still innovating, still putting out new technology. They're going to be the ones that are going to stay around and going to have value to their NFTs. You're going to see a lot of the bad actors. I think they're going to start leaving the space. They're going to start getting out. I think institutions are going to step in. I think the institutions are going to get involved in the NFT space. Then you're going to see a lot of things get tokenized onto
mm.
these different blockchains that are out there. And an NFT is not just a picture, right? You can take
Yeah.
a contract, you can throw it up onto a blockchain. I mean, call it an NFT. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? It's all about thinking and being innovative and having the courage to take that step forward and try something new. You might not always succeed, but if you do succeed, you are going to be on that cutting edge where people are going to be attracted to your project. Let's change up what we're doing. Let's think outside of the box. Let's bring it all in together and let's push forward in this space.
Mm. How do you cultivate that out of the box thinking when you're not used to it? You've been conditioned to follow the traditional path and you want to try something new. You want to, maybe start a YouTube channel or you want to start your own NFT collection. But you feel like you're just you don't have those out of the box entrepreneurial ideas. That's very hard.
Right, right. So, I mean, like what I did was we were kind of lucky with being on the XRP ledger because we were kind of the last chain to get to NFTs. Yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing because we got to sit back and see what other chains were doing and what was working for them. And we got to take those ideas and kind of take it to the next level. Perfect example I like to give, the Bored Apes, they did like a whole mutation. Their mutation was cool. I mean, you got a potion. Next thing you know, you put the potion together and you got a new NFT, but you didn't really get to do anything. So what did my project do? We created an actual lab. You go into a lab, you can pick the traits and you can see the NFT built right in front of your very face. This is the first NFT mutation lab on the XRP ledger. So people came over, they're sitting, we had people 3 hours sitting in there because there was over 10,000 options. They're like, oh, I don't know. Do I want this one? Do I want that one? And you just
Yeah.
see it get made right in front of you. It's almost like Build-A-Bear, right? You went into the
Mm,
Build-A-Bear, you picked out the color of the skin. What did you want to stuff it with? Did you want glasses on them? What kind of glasses did you want? What kind of eyes do you want them to have? We're doing that with the NFTs. People are building and they're so creative. And you can really get a feel for someone, right? You can see the NFT someone made compared to someone else. You'd be like, all right, this guy, he likes the rock scene, but this one is more of a sports guy. You can get a feel for a person like that too by their creativity. So it's
mm,
awesome to see that, but you gotta look at what's there and what's working. And when you see what's working, take it to the next level, take it to the next step. Where can you take this? And there's always room for improvement, and there's always room to build upon something that's already out there. And that's how we push the space forward as a whole.
mm. Yeah, no, I really like your point on just like not completely thinking, okay, I need to think of something completely like new. But yeah, that's a lot harder to think. But
Yeah.
what exists now and how can I make it better? Yeah, that's a really Like great answer, honestly, because I know it's quite like a hard question. Um, I mean, like I don't think just anyone can go and start like an NFT project. So what advice do you have for people? Because I remember, in the first bull run, people who just don't have their own audience are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna start my own project." They go put all the effort, or maybe even invest money into starting an NFT project, and then it just like flops. So, from your point of view, you starting on your journey, what are like the challenges that you had to overcome? And do you think anyone can just go and start an NFT project?
I think a lot of people like to think that anyone can just go out there and start an NFT project, but it doesn't like work like that. You need a community.
Mm,
If you do not have a community, you are not going to have a successful project. And that goes for anything, right? You need people who are going to back you, who are going to stand by you, because having an NFT project, listen, there are tough days, there are struggles because something could go wrong. And then, but you have amazing days as well. You need to have a community that's going to stand behind you. As I said, this is a full-time job. Running an NFT project with a Discord and talking about it and promoting it. This isn't just something you can do 1 to 2 hours a day. You need to dedicate time. So community, I would say if you are out there and you're looking to get into an NFT project, you need to build a group of trusted individuals and you need to get that community behind you because you need people to stand with you, to stand beside you. And the community is what's going to make or break you. If you have a community, you're going to grow. If you don't have a community, your idea is never going to get out there. You can have the best idea in the world, but if you don't have the people backing it, it's never going to get showcased and you're kind of going to be stuck. So you really need to grow that community base. And I was lucky enough because I had the YouTube channel, I had my Twitter channel of 100,000 followers. I was able to take those people and bring them over to the project and teach them and educate them. And the community just started growing and you just see the trickle down effect and people are so excited. Every time we tell them there's an announcement coming up, I mean, it's almost like they're gathering up, they're lining up. They're like, when's the announcement? What time is it? The community is what makes you. And to make other people happy and to see their success from my project makes me happy, makes me push even further.
mm.
And I'm proud of that.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And do you have like a community strategy, or how is it just kind of, even for YouTube or Twitter, did you have kind of a strategy to really, slowly grow it? Because I feel like building community is a lot of like you need to do a lot in terms of what I've learned from also community building, not as big as you, but it's like, okay, on one hand, you need to, onboard people to the community, get them to notice you and join in, but also you need to manage it as well. You need to keep them in the community and keep engaging with them. And that's also like a lot of work. So yeah, how did you go and approach your journey in this?
So first was about creating value for them, right? What
Mm.
are we going to do that's going to create value for our community? We introduce a reward system, which is very unique. So we give back to the NFT holders.
You were saying create value for your audience.
Yeah, so create value for them, right? If there's not a bull run, they're still earning money back on these NFTs. And when the project does develop, their NFTs are going to be worth that much more. So creating value for them. And we like to empower them. Listen to your community. They'll tell you what they're looking for from the project. You have to be open. This isn't my show, right? I'm here, it's my idea, but the community is going to empower me. I need to empower them back. We have our AMAs. We do AMAs once a month. We encourage everyone to show up, ask your questions to us, let us know where you want to see the project go next or what you want to see. And then I'll go back to my team. We'll sit down, we'll figure out the best path and we'll develop it. But we got to give them a say, right? That's what's going to help keep them around. Give them a say into the project and also help giving them back rewards as they're waiting for the project to mature and grow. So they're not just kind of sitting around with a JPEG sitting in a crypto wallet at the same time. And then we're going to building bridges. That's another big part that we're after. We like to go after different communities, connect different communities, show them that you don't just have to be a maxi of this chain or a maxi of that chain. Let's all come together. Let's look at a project as a whole. Let's bring a project multi-chain at that point. And then we could bring everyone in and get everyone's ideas and we could really expand the project at that point.
Hmm. Yeah, I really like your point on, the idea of we're not like how can I not say the word competition? In competition with each other.
Yeah,
Because I remember there was a time where, I'm just all in on Solana. Like, don't talk to me
right.
about Polygon. And I'm all Polygon. Don't talk to me about Solana. And it's just like, I mean, the whole Web3 space we need, it's about onboarding people into Web3. It's about the technology, not really about like, which blockchain are you going to support? I think it's, they're all important.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. We all need to support each other. There's not going to be one winner. There's going to be multiple winners, and we all need to come together. We're not competing against each other. We're in this together, and we're in this as a whole. We're all going to win, but we need to stick by everyone's side. We need to support each other. That's what it comes down to. It's
mm,
not my project versus your project, right? It's our projects, and how can we both come together, and how can we both learn and grow from each other?
mm. When, because what you're doing is really important when it comes to onboarding Web2 people into Web3. What challenges do you think they face when it comes to understanding, the Web3 world that, you need to kind of help them break down, and what more does this industry need to do to really onboard more people into the space, you think?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest hurdle obviously is getting them a crypto wallet, getting it set up, giving them enough money for gas fees. That's the biggest hurdle that we have seen. I think what needs to change is we need more of these credit card companies to understand what an NFT is. Lux Lions, we were lucky enough. I sat down with one of the biggest credit card processors in the US. I think I had about 3 or 4 meetings with them, explaining to them what an NFT is, explaining the value. We were able to onboard them onto our project. So
No.
it's easy for us to bring Web2 over because we can accept credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
So we accept credit cards or we accept crypto. So we got the Web2 and Web3, we blended it together, which has been amazing. Not many people, not many projects get to say that. But I think the biggest thing moving forward for other projects, you need to figure out a way to get an easier onboarding method. Credit card, absolutely. Even a PayPal option. Because a lot of people wanted to get in. The biggest thing to me was, hey, they call me Rip because of my YouTube name. Like, hey, Rip, we don't know about this crypto stuff. We don't have a crypto wallet. There gotta be a simpler way. I'm like, no problem, no problem. Pay with credit card. I'll walk you through. We'll get you a wallet set up. I'll even fund it for you so you're activated. I'll show you how to use it. 10, 15 minutes, you educate them. These people are pros now. I have them over in the Discord. They're teaching others how to do it.
Mm,
I mean, they just hear crypto, they think it's like this big scary thing. It's not, just take 10 minutes out of your day, educate one person a day. It's a trickle down effect. They'll start educating people that they know, then, it just trickles down and everyone gets educated. But I
mm.
think that's the biggest hurdle we're facing. People don't know how to buy crypto, how to transfer crypto, how to use it as a payment processor. I think that's our first hurdle to really get over here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think everything seems very complicated until you break it down to like the really
Yeah.
small steps. So it's really cool that you have the patience to help your community. And I think that's like, the traits of someone who will build like a successful project. If someone just wants to start an NFT project and like won't have the patience to cultivate the community, to add the value to the community, then it's, not really gonna be like it's not gonna succeed. How are you expanding, the collection, and what's your like long-term vision for it?
Yeah, so I'm all about partnerships. Usually what I like to do is I like to see a project develop and do something by themselves. I don't like partner with someone who just opened up an NFT project because to me, they're just trying to get, your fan base and you might not see them. If I see a project's out there, really, busting it down, putting in the work, the grind, day in and day out, and they have something going, I love to partner with other companies. I like to hear their ideas. I like to hear my ideas. I like to bring teams together and expand out. I know we have a metaverse partnership. I brought 7 other projects onto the metaverse with me. I'm like, this is going to be great for you guys. Metaverse, we all come together. We have a 5,000 plot island. Let's bring everyone together and we could hold events and makes our communities that much stronger. And
Mm,
as we said earlier, it's not a competition. I'm not worried about it. We're in this together. Someone might not like my NFTs. They might like this other project, but they never knew about this project. But through a partnership, they can now find this out. And we just grow like that. We got to grow together. If we don't grow together, we're not going to grow at all.
mm. And I also think, when it comes to NFT collections and your project, especially, people are buying into you as a founder as well. How important do you think a personal brand is when it comes to, I guess the Web3 space or being a founder in general? How has that helped you?
I mean, I think they see my track record, right? That I've been here. I'm not just a pop up by night. I'm going to disappear. I've been in the space since 2017 with Twitter. My YouTube's around. They can
Mm,
kind of trust me. They know I'm not going anywhere,
yeah.
especially over an NFT. I'm not just going to try to take an NFT, $165 is what we charge and then disappear overnight. They
Mm.
see that I'm delivering, and that's huge. Because if it was me and I saw a new NFT project came out, I never heard of this person, he has one follower, my first thing going up is a red flag, right?
Mm.
Like, who is this person? Where did he come from? What are his intentions here? Why has he not been in the space? Or does he even show his face? That's
Mm.
another big thing, right? Who is the face behind the project? And for the first time, this is my face that's going to come out that my community is going to be able to see it because I've been that guy hiding behind an avatar and they still, invested into me. And everyone's been like, Rip, when are you going to come out? When are you going to dox yourself? I'm like,
Oh,
it's
so
coming.
your YouTube channel, an avatar.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even show. I just talk about the news on it. No one knows. You see my little guy behind me with the crown. That's my avatar right there. So my
And
community's like, oh, we can't wait to, meet you. We can't wait to see you. I mean,
mm,
and that's this right here, what we're doing, we put so much more confidence when they watch this and they see the face
yeah,
that they've been investing in for the past 2 years. And like, he's real. He's a real
yeah.
person. There he is.
Are you going to be doing like in-person events as well? Connect with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait for that. In-person events, that's gonna happen. Meetups, that's gonna happen. I think in real life events is the next step for NFT projects.
Mm.
Getting out there, putting on events, educating the masses, talking about it. I think that's the next step for a lot of these projects.
Mm. And what are you like looking for now? So you've got an amazing collection, you're on track to growing, and you've got an amazing community. If any people are listening, they might be investors, they might be founders themselves, developers, students. What kind of people are you looking to add into, Lux Lions?
So we're
That.
looking to let anyone who wants to learn about NFTs. You don't
Mhm.
have to buy Lux Lions, but if you are interested in the Web3 space, the crypto space, I welcome you to come over. I welcome you to reach out to me. I'm very responsive on Twitter, Discord. I want people to understand that the word crypto is not a bad thing at all. And that is where we are moving. We're moving to that digital world. I want
Mm.
to educate. I want those people that want to learn to come over. And if you want to buy Lux Lions, if that's for you, you're more than welcome to. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying I won't speak to you if you don't want to buy one. I just want people to understand because crypto gets a bad name.
Yeah.
NFTs get a bad name.
Mm.
I want to stop all that nonsense. I want to, put out the good news, the good vibes about crypto and NFTs and where the world's going as a whole, because we are moving digital.
Mm.
We've seen that over the past 2 to 3 years. This world is going digital, and a lot of things going to be moving up to a blockchain, and a lot of currency is going to become digital around the world. And this all plays into that.
Yeah, speaking of like the future, where do you see it going? Like I talk to people about like tokenizing real estate. There was like a diamond project that, they tokenize diamonds and like yeah, where do you what's your vision of the future when it comes to just like the use of NFTs in our everyday lives?
So I love this question because I see, I don't want to say everything because look, cash is never going away. There's always going to be cash, right?
You
But
think
I do
like
see that,
paper cash? On
yeah,
yeah?
yeah. I don't see it ever going away. If it does go away, maybe when I'm not here anymore, that's a big cutover. We have seen it trimmed down, and I think we will continue to see it trimmed down. But cash is going to be a thing, right? Central bank digital currencies, those are coming.
Hmm.
A lot of things are moving digital, tokenizations. I think the real estate is going to be one of the biggest things out there to get digitized. Smart contracts. What do you need that middleman to write up a contract anymore if you want to buy a house? Throw it on a blockchain, put it in a smart contract. Smart contract executes when both parties assign, payment has been made, and there you go. I think you can cut out a lot of middlemen with blockchain, with DLT. I think the way money moves cross border, that's getting changed right now in front of our very eyes. Why should Nostro Vostro accounts even exist? You can send an email across the world in a matter of 3 seconds, but it takes the payments 3 to 5 days to get there, and you have to hold all this foreign currency. Why is that? We can move that all to a blockchain. We can digitize all that. Central bank digital currencies can figure that out. Stable coins as well, right? I mean, if emails can move, why can't money move? But I think that's where the world is going, and we're getting there a lot faster than people think. And a
Mm.
lot of things are going on behind the scenes, and once the news gets a hold of it, you're a little too late because they're the last ones to put it out there.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's true. And especially now, so like after the Web3 hype and then bear market, then it became like the AI hype, everyone going from being Web3 experts to an AI expert overnight.
That's right.
Like you mentioned the example of tokenizing real estate, cutting out the middleman. Do you think it's what's the negative consequences? I guess jobs, how are you seeing
Job.
the career, people's jobs being affected? And I guess new jobs are probably gonna come out, but I'm
Yeah.
interested in your take.
I mean, I said I definitely think jobs will be affected, but as those jobs do get affected, you're going to have new jobs that are going to be created that we haven't even thought about right now, right? You have the people who are going to need to make the smart contracts instead of having that middleman for the actual, paper contract to sign between it. So I think the new jobs will definitely be created. I don't think we're going to have less jobs out there. I think we'll just have a lot more work from home possibilities and scenarios like we're seeing now. And I think that's just the way the world's going to go. I mean, we have changed. If you just look at the past decade and really zoom out, the world has changed so much over the past 10 years. I can't
Mm,
even envision what the next 10 years is going to look like.
it's gonna move even quicker.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah.
Building a startup is hard, and it's always everyone always, is interested to understand the difference between successful entrepreneurs and those who kind of keep going and then give up. And I feel like when it comes to both what you're doing with community and YouTube, the key thing is consistency and, adding value. And how do you, it's hard, like it's the how can I say it? Like we all know what we need to do, right? And it's being
Right.
consistent. But especially when it comes to, creating content and stuff, I find it quite hard to be consistent. So I'm just curious, what tips you have for founders who are like, I want to build a personal brand, I want to build a YouTube channel, I want to create content, but the problem I have is not being consistent enough because I have all these other stuff that I need to do when it comes to building a company. I need the team and everything. So yeah, it would be good to know what you think.
I think and when I first got started, I mean, I think consistency is definitely, you need to find a time that works for you. For me, it's waking up an hour early every day and getting my YouTube, getting the videos created. You need to set a schedule. If you don't set a schedule and you just keep saying, oh, I'll get to it, I'll get to it, you're not going to get to it. You have to have a schedule. My YouTube has a schedule, my Twitter has a schedule, my Patreon, my Discord, everything has a schedule, and I stick to the schedule. And YouTube, some days you can have great days. You're going to grow up by 100 people. Other days you might not grow. You might lose a couple of people, but you have to stay consistent with it. Forget about the numbers at first. It's going to take you 6 to 8 months before you really start to see, your numbers start to go up and your audience start to grow. And the same thing with an NFT project or any project you get into. You're not going to be an overnight success. You have to put in a hard work. Just keep doing it and stick by it and do it. And when a couple of months go by, you'll start to see that hard work is going to pay off. And that's probably the number one thing right there. Get your schedule, stick to the schedule. Said people expect my videos 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. If they're not out, they're out looking for me. Is he okay? Has anyone heard from him?
Yeah.
That's what they're used to. They're expecting the content. If not, they think something's wrong. But you
Mm.
have to get a schedule because then your audience gets a schedule, right? They
Hmm.
know when my videos are coming out, they're on their phone, they're checking their phones, they're ready for it. So you need to be consistent and then they're going to be consistent and following you. But if you're all over the place, they're going to find someone else who has a schedule that's out there and they're going to be like, well, he has a schedule. I know when I can expect it. And that's what they get used to as well.
Mm. And when you started, was it like, did you know, okay, I want to focus on this, I want to grow this channel, or was it like kind of something you did on the side for fun? How did it develop into, I suppose, your full-time thing, right?
Yeah. So, I had a lot to say. None of my friends wanted to listen to me. I was always talking about crypto. They were just like, come on,
Yeah.
like enough. Like we're hanging out, let's talk. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'm like, there's
Mm.
other people out there in the same situation as me, and they're gonna
Mm.
listen. And I have, a platform to say what I want, and I can say whatever I want. You know what I mean? No one's gonna hold me back. It's my opinion. It's my take on it. And I
Mm.
love the comment section because someone that might have a completely different take than me that makes me think. Then
Mm.
I'm like, wow, that's a great opinion. And
Yeah.
now I can think about my opinion, what they said, and I can look at it from a different angle. So it really gets me thinking about it. So that's kind of like I got started, I wanted people to talk to. No one wanted to talk to me about crypto. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go to YouTube I'm gonna go to Twitter and
Yeah.
find people just like me.
No, I love that. I think same for me. It's like I started my channel when I got rejected from Oxford and I was like, I just want to rant, but I don't want to rant to people, so I'm just going to rant online. And that's kind of also how I fell into entrepreneurship by sharing
Right.
my journey, teaching people how to get into uni and then launching a coaching program and then ended up, wanting curious about like tech and then falling into the tech startup space and kind of became inconsistent with videos. I know how much work and effort it takes to, create content and like also be patient with it and stuff like that. So honestly, like really cool to be able to talk to you and your growth and your story and everything. It's very inspiring. If anyone wants to get to know more and like, how can they find out more about you? Just like any final things to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, so I'm all over socials. You can find me on Twitter, XRP News underscore, Ripple Van Winkle on YouTube. You can look me up. It has all the links. It has everything, LuxLionsNFT.com. If you want to check out the project, come over to the Discord. Twitter DM's always open. If you have any comments, questions, you want to know anything, you just want to say hi, stop on by. Well, all I can say to leave the video off, stick to your plan. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Put your mind to it, set out your schedule, keep going. There's going to be tough times, but there's also going to be amazing times. But if you don't stick to it, you're never going to find out. Everyone can do this. Everyone. You have a mic, you have a computer, you can do whatever you want. Don't let anyone tell you any differently.
Mic drop, 100%. No, I agree with that. I have one question I forgot. I'm gonna like kind of
Yes.
edit it in. But yeah, the recent campaign that you guys did with BBA, the marketing one, would love to kind of hear about like your experience with that, your journey, because from what I heard from the outside, it's just exploded. How did that go? What did you guys do?
So it was amazing. I mean, it blew me away. So we did a market campaign talking about Lux Lions, talking about what we have going with the breeding lab, and then we have pack openings, and it was getting shown off, and the response was unreal. I mean, I think it got over 1.5 million views. I mean, the numbers were insane that came
And you
over
guys
from that.
wanted like 250 or something?
Yeah. I mean, it blew what we thought away. People came over to the community. We were giving away people free potions so they could come check out the breeding lab and learn about NFTs. We were funding their wallets to get them in, just to kind of teach them about it. I didn't think the numbers, when I got back to final numbers over from the campaign, I couldn't believe it. I mean, you kind of wipe your eyes. You're like, is this real? And it was real. And I mean, I was just so thankful for it. And to have that opportunity to get the reach out there, especially to people who they didn't know who Lux Lions were. They don't know, some of them didn't know what NFTs were or what a, breeding lab was. And the fact that they got to see it live on stream and some of them are going to be able to do it in person, make their own NFTs to their liking, I think is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, when I heard it was like, wow, that's so super cool. What was the process like? Did they help you with a marketing campaign, a strategy, and then kind of, what you guys are gonna do?
Yeah, yeah. So they kind of put it together. Like, what were our goals, right? What are we looking for? What do we want to showcase to the viewers? So we kind of sat down, we laid it all out for them. We gave them images, we showed them how it worked so they can show to their audience how it worked. And then they just hit the ground running with it. And it was
Yeah.
it was amazing. And they loved it. When we were showing it to them, they're like, oh my God, like this is amazing. We gave some of them NFTs that looked like their profile pictures. Like, this is for me. Like, this is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
that smile on people's faces. I mean, it's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, no, I think you can tell by just talking to you, the passion that you show and just how much you care about the community. No wonder the results, it's a good project. It's a solid project. So I'm really, really grateful to get to talk to you. And I will send you, the edits and everything. Feel free to use it however way you want. And yeah, honestly, thank you so much. Really enjoy this conversation.
Yeah, no, me as well. Thank you. I appreciate it.